Tonight, Disclosure Day coming closer to a reality. Let's take a live look at Capitol Hill tonight. Really a beautiful night in our nation's capital. But on Thursday, right there on Capitol Hill, lawmakers, defense officials, UFO whistleblowers, and advocates gathered for the Disclosure Forum 2026. It's dubbed Humanity at the Edge of Discovery. At the edge really appears to be correct, as we are just coming off the Pentagon's third release of never-before-seen UAP files, showing unexplainable glowing orbs, floating objects just darting through the night sky, and so much more. This information coming at the same time bipartisan members of Congress appear to be taking the public's appetite for everything alien. Not joking. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna even sharing that the government is working towards granting immunity to those who claim to have top secret information regarding alien phenomena.
People say, we want to know where locations of craft and biologics are, right? So we know for a fact that there have been a few very credible whistleblowers that we've talked to that allege that they have information specifically pertaining to this, but they're afraid of losing their clearances. So we have talked directly to the White House. We are taking the information that we have received. We are handing it off. We are going to get them immunity and protection so that they can divulge that information, and let's see where it leads.
There is so much to discuss here. For more, let's welcome in Executive Director of the Disclosure Foundation, who puts on this forum, Jordan Flowers. Jordan, it's so great to have you. Thanks for making time for us tonight. Like I mentioned, a lot of questions. What did you make of the Disclosure Forum on Thursday?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me tonight. What I made of it is that the Disclosure Forum was really a watershed moment. We had this event in the United States Senate, in the Kennedy caucus room, where the Watergate hearings were held, where the Iran-Contra hearings were held. This is a room of historical import for matters of national significance with respect to transparency. We had multiple members of Congress there. You can see, or you saw some of them on the screen previously, Representatives Luna, Burleson, Subramaniam, Andre Carson. Senator Rounds was also in attendance, and he spoke about the importance of legislation like the UAP Disclosure Act, which he recently reintroduced with the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. The senior leaders in Congress take this topic seriously. The UAP Disclosure Act is a piece of legislation that mentions the term non-human intelligence over a dozen times. This is a serious topic. There's serious implications for national security and other topics as well, which is what we covered at the forum.
I want to go back to what Congresswoman Anna Paulina, her comments, Luna's comments. Did this come as a shock to you that whistleblowers could get immunity?
It did not come as a shock. This is something that we've been discussing for a while, and Representatives Luna and Burleson have really been one of the objectives of this forum was to say, who's the audience? The audience here is the President of the United States. The audience is other members of Congress, and the audience is members of the general public, to make a clear case that in order to get to the bottom of this, we may need things like to consider amnesty, but to do so carefully. And we may need to push for the White House to say, hey, if you have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and you've been a part of some of these programs, we need to be released from that in order to come forward. So that's what they're pushing for. We also have a legal theory that says they can make protected disclosures to Congress, but we need all the push we can get to figure out what's going on here to protect our sensitive military assets.
There's another shocking statement from a lawmaker at the forum. It was Congressman Eric Burleson, who shared that the MIT Lincoln Lab has agreed to hand over a recording of a UFO briefing that scientists received from the Air Force 74 years ago, likely tied to a series of UAP incidents over the nation's capital in July in 1952. It was known as the invasion of Washington. This left journalists, as you well know, Jordan, in a complete frenzy. I was actually talking to our friend Ross Coulthard about this very case yesterday. He was even shocked that they released this from the 1950s. What are your thoughts on it?
I have an incredible amount of respect for Representative Burleson and the amount of energy he's put into pushing for transparency here. He has stopped, asking politely. He knows where certain files are. He's demanding answers, demanding the release. They found these files in that way at MIT Lincoln Labs. Their lawyers confirmed that it exists. And this, it's called a reel-to-reel. It's an audio of a briefing from this 1952 flyover event from Washington, D.C., and it proves that there's significant materials here that have not been disclosed to the public about our government taking these things seriously for at least 70, if not 80 years. So I think that's the change, is that the gloves are coming off in terms of pushing for transparency and knowing where these things are and pulling them out of the right structures. Representative Burleson is particularly focused on something called the federally funded research and development centers, the FFRDCs, where a lot of this information is allegedly stored.
Let's look at new polling from the Disclosure Forum. And these numbers are interesting. It shows 69% of people believe UFOs exist, 84% want more government information, 59% supporting these open hearings on the subject, 21% trusting the federal government on the UAP information. I want to ask for your reaction to these numbers, Jordan.
Thank you so much for showing those. This is a polling exercise that we did at the Disclosure Foundation, and we take these results to Congress to prove that whether you are a Republican, a Democrat, or other, there is over 85% support for transparency on this topic. People are clamoring for this, and those numbers are regardless of whether you believe in UAP. So that's overall, right? And 70%.
They just want information.
That's right, exactly. Like so many other topics in this country, the American people just want to be told the truth.
Right, transparency. So, I do have to leave it there, Jordan.
Sure.
Please come back soon, because I know there's so much to talk about. I appreciate your time tonight, Jordan Flowers.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.